Welcome back to GearWire.com. This funky looking little mauve, would you call that mauve, that color? Anyway, this is the Ibanez Airplane Flanger, the AF2. And whose signature is that right there? Why, it's none others than Paul Gilbert, longtime Ibanez endorsee, longtime fiddler with different kinds of flangers. This pedal was introduced at NAMM 2009 as a collaboration between Paul Gilbert and Ibanez. Now, technically, this is a dual-mode flanger. There's two modes. One's called taxi, and one's called takeoff. You heard a little bit of takeoff right in the beginning there, just at the end of that intro riff. Takeoff is there because Gilbert wanted some way of switching between a sort of normal, I'd say usable flange tone, and also an extreme flanger tone, which is almost used just as an effect. He seems to like to use it as a break in flurries of notes during solos. That's basically what this one large takeoff knob control is right here. But let's listen to the standard flanger tones and controls first. Right now we're listening to a Fender Blacktop HH Jaguar, played through a Vox AC15, mic'd with a CAD Trion 7000 into an Avalon M5, a very nice preamp. Let's look at these controls. We're just listening to a relatively clean sound right now. You can hear it's a real sort of throaty, liquidy sounding flanger. Let's play around with some of these controls. The first one here is called manual. Manual sort of controls the center position of your flanger sweep range. So right now it's all the way at the top. Now if we move it down, here, the lowest part of the range starts to extend a little bit lower. And that sort of effectively changes the overall voice of the flanger. The other controls here, the next two, are sort of self-explanatory. We've got speed. Starts to sound almost Leslie-ish. Gets pretty slow and languid at the low settings. Now we've got our range control here. Almost imperceptible at the bottom of the range. Okay, I like to keep the range up a little bit on this guy. Then we've got enhance, which is also sort of it's basically our feedback knob. It does get crazy kind of quickly. That's sort of like the intensity of the effect there. And those are all the controls for the taxi mode. There's only one control for takeoff mode, and that's speed. So you can, there's a little bit of guitar solo signal that comes through when you're in takeoff mode. Here, listen again. But it's pretty much obliterated by that extreme feedback effect. Now, obviously this pedal was designed by a shredder, so it was really designed to be played with a little distortion, so let's listen to that. Turn our enhance down a little bit, bring our manual up, maybe bring our speed down a bit here. Get some pretty cool rhythm sound. And obviously some awesome lead tones. Let's kick on the booster on this booster pedal here. Let's just hear what this pedal sounds like with the overdrive behind it. Right now we've had the overdrive in front of the pedal. Let's hear how that changes the sound. Or, you know, something like that. Anyway, that was my terrible Paul Gilbert impression. So that is the Ibanez Airplane Flanger, the AF2, designed in collaboration with Paul Gilbert. It's available for about 150 bucks, and even if you don't really have much use for this sort of takeoff mode here, which is sort of really just a special effect, the flanger, the regular taxi side of this flanger sounds pretty excellent. Really rich, thick, classic sounding shred flange. You've been watching GearWire.com, and I'm Owen O'Malley. Thanks for checking us out.